In this video, we're going to evaluate the integral of 1 over the square root of 1 minus e to the x dx. If you're looking at a substitution, couple of options, you could let u equal to 1 minus e to the x. Have another option to let u equal to the square root of 1 minus e to the x. That's the approach that I took on this one here. So I let u equal to the square root of 1 minus e to the x, and then I went ahead and squared both sides. I got u squared equal to 1 minus e to the x. Then I could solve for e to the x or minus e to the x. I have it solved for minus e to the x. Just take the 1 over, and you get minus e to the x equal to u squared minus 1. And then from this setup right here, differentiate both sides with respect to u on the left with respect to x on the right. So I get 2u du, and the derivative of 1 minus e to the x is minus e to the x dx. And here is a solved for dx, divided by both sides by minus e to the x, and I got my representation for dx. And then we come back up here then, and try to convert this integral into one involving the variable u. So let's start at the top. The dx, I have it right here. This will be 2u du. It's minus e to the x here. And then of course the radical in the denominator is u. And we have a fraction here. You can look at this as u over 1. So we go ahead and simplify. So multiply by 1 over u, numerator and denominator, and 1 over u here. These divide out. And up here, this u and this u divide out. So we get a 2 du over minus e to the x. Remember, we want it in terms of u. That's why I set this up. You could have solved this for e to the x and then make your adjustment there. Either way, it's going to work. So replacing the minus e to the x by u squared minus 1, you get this setup. This is now a partial fraction decomposition problem. So this is going to equal to this factors into u minus 1, u plus 1. You can set it up over here then, 2 over, and you got u minus 1, u plus 1. And you would set it up some constant a. We have linear factors here, so it'd be a over u minus 1. Another linear factor, so another constant b over u plus 1. And then you solve for a and b. This one's pretty straightforward, so we can just clear the fractions and multiply by the LCD here. U minus 1, u plus 1. On the left side, everything cancels out. U minus 1, u plus 1. For this one here, the a minus 1 cancels out. So leave with the u plus 1. For the next one, the u plus 1 cancels out. And the b then would multiply the u minus 1. Then you can set up a system of equation or just go ahead and just plug in numbers, convenient numbers. So I want to find a, so let's replace the u by 1. This is really an identity here. So you can plug any numbers you want here. So you plug in 1, this factor goes to 0 here. This would be 1 and 1 is 2. 2a would equal to whatever's on the left side. So a would be 2 divided by 2, which would be 1. And what is b? Plug in any value you want, or the most convenient one would be negative 1, because that'll make this expression here 0. So plug it in negative 1. This goes to 0. The 2 stays the same. So this would be negative 1 and minus 1 is minus 2. Minus 2b equal to 2. So b would equal to negative 1. Up here, a is negative 1, or positive 1 I should say, and b is negative 1. We come over here then and set up our integral. So it'd be 1 over u minus 1. And then it's minus 1 over u plus 1. This would be du. The derivative of the denominator is 1. For u plus 1 is 1. So this is set up as a integral for natural log. So it's like if you had it, the du, remember these are both integrated with respect to u. Du over u, du over u. So this is just going to be equal to the natural log of absolute u minus 1 for this one. But you always go back to the original variable. What is u? U is the square root of 1 minus e to the x. So we just plug that in here. 1 minus e to the x. And then it's plus 1. And then it's minus. Same thing for this one. Because the derivative of u plus 1 is 1, it's the same thing as if you're doing something like 1 over u. What's the integral of 1 over u du, natural log of absolute u? Except in this case, instead of u, we have u plus 1. So this is then minus the natural log of absolute u plus 1. But go back to the original variable again. This would be the square root of 1 minus e to the x. This one here is a minus 1 here outside the square root. This is right minus the natural log of u plus 1. There's my u. So I did a plus 1 here. Close the absolute value. And of course it's plus the constant of integration. So final answer is the natural log of absolute, the square root of 1 minus e to the x, minus 1, and then minus the natural log of absolute, the square root of 1 minus e to the x, plus 1, plus the constant of integration. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.